Welcome to another match of Roulette Raceway 3, this time between Vulcat and Rocky. This is not the first, but the second loser bracket match. I was gonna say it's the first, but Moo and Machete just overtook them in that regard, but we have another very exciting match here, starting in 1 minute. Definitely a very even match, I'm thinking, and I'm also thinking that I should get some sort of player audio if that's possible. Not sure why there isn't. Gonna try to interact and maybe I am a little bit too quiet. Sure, I can fix that. I'm definitely not quiet compared to the very muted gameplay, but hopefully they will have some sound and something in my ears as well, and not just the eerie silence. But we begin in New York. First New York of the tournament. I'm gonna check what the bans were. And they are Santa Fortuna, Scale, Paris and Dartmoor. So with Paris and Dartmoor out, there were only 5 maps to choose from, and somehow they have dodged both Chongqing and Hokkaido, the very popular RNG picks for this tournament so far. But we begin in New York with a falling object as investment banker spin. I think they will just be muted at all times, which is not ideal, but we'll manage. Rocky is immediately in. Vulcat still thinking. Is it my end though? Like, no, we should be hearing their streams. I think both of them are just muted. Anyway, I won't think more about this. Rocky with the investment worker strat, or start even. But he does need a key card. Gets it without head turns and peekaboos, as Vulcat is starting as the security guard. More of a meta start, I guess. Vulcat will need to get the investment banker, but don't imagine that will be that difficult because he's just one thrown KO away, although Vulcat will be dropping the EMP first and then go for the, I guess, subdue, although he still has the blue egg, but I don't think this is for this disguise grab. Rocky already in the main director's office, and this spin definitely allows for extra chunks. Can use both of them on here. Rocky still has a snail for later, but now it's not as important because 2 chunks and 1 KO, and once Athena is out of her position, which she is now, Rocky can get the KO, and with a little bit of drag, he'll be able to get this falling object kill. It matters if he does it... Well, if he remembers the soundproof corner, then both are fine, but he's also bringing a silence pistol, so no need to drag anyone away. That's the kill down for Rocky, as Vulcat is waiting on Athena to come back, and we'll be using the briefcase to lure them away. At least one of the guards, and then a blue egg for the second. But with the thrown distraction, seems that the first guard is not leaving. Hostile area will be difficult to manage, but hopefully the 2 KOs. Oh, nice to see Athena didn't react to the first KO, which means that Vulcat has both of these final guards down as well as Athena. Silence pistol there as well, back to green guns, and that's gonna be only his second data disc. He still needs Fabian's. But if Rocky can get this proxy trigger working and the meeting will happen, then he's just one snail throw away from collecting the final 2 discs. Still gonna be a bit tricky with the snail bounce, but if that doesn't bounce too far away... Oh, but I think it did bounce a bit farther away. Luckily, Matteo is also in range, so that's the second disc and the third for Rocky. And Vulcat's having troubles because he shot the glass, which made these guards enforcers. Still green guns there. Oh, it's gonna be close, but Rocky leading. Question is how far behind Vulcat will be. I don't think Vulcat can get it into this because the enforcer lady. And she doesn't move. That's gonna be the map for Rocky. Such a close one apart from that. Vulcat lost not only to the enforcer lady turning in an unfortunate way, but that was the part which played into the big lead for Rocky, and there's not even need for photo finishes. New personal best for Rocky, but I mean he's on PC now, which I realized in his previous match. I didn't know that's possible, or I didn't know he made some sort of platform change. But level 407 Rocky scores his best in New York to date. So that's gonna be a 2-point score for Rocky, and Vulcat will be picking the first map. I guess it's close to a photo finish, but it felt like Rocky won by 40-50 seconds, so it's not gonna be an official photo finish. Which prompts the question, of course, which map will Vulcat pick as the first one of this match? I'm gonna check the tournament so far, or at least the spreadsheet. Because Vulcat has a 6-2 win against Crazy for Daisy and a 6-2 loss against Gorg, which means plenty of maps chosen and played. I think Vulcat picked Sapienza. Yeah, that was his only map pick. Also, this wasn't the first New York of the tournament, but the second. Apologies about that. And then Vulcat had 2 map picks against Gorg. And that was Hokkaido and Sapienza, so it's likely gonna be some of those shorter maps, but it's gonna be Miami instead. So let me change this up. Miami next. Chosen by Vulcat. And this is correct, in that it's the first Miami spin of this tournament. We have had Paris, Sapienza, Marrakesh, Bangkok, Colorado, Hokkaido, no Miami. Today was the first Santa Fortuna. And the second Mumbai. We haven't had Whittleton Creek. We've had Scale, New York, Haven. We haven't had Dartmoor, but we have had all the other maps apart from Ambrose Island. So I think it is only Miami, Whittleton Creek, Dartmoor and Ambrose to play in this tournament. And now with Miami also off the list, there are just 3 more to go. With no doubt, we'll be filling the list before too long. It's certainly interesting to see that Ambrose hasn't been rolled randomly, despite it being in the shortest 7 maps. But Ambrose has been banned by Rocky in his first match. Apart from that, I don't see anyone banning it. On the other hand, Dartmoor has been banned once, twice, 4, 5 times from 14 matches, which is also important to see because there were some concerns before the tournament that if you don't remove Dartmoor from the map pool, then it's gonna be banned on every match or every player will be banning it, but certainly not the case here either. I think Santa Fortuna is the most banned map currently with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 out of 14. Interesting stats for sure. This is not the first losers bracket match, but the first losers bracket round 1 match. There will be 2 played in total. The third one would be Channel Reindeer against, well, technically Moo, but Channel Reindeer had Xbox issues, so I had to forfeit. So Moo was passed. Moo advanced to round 2 and now is already in round 3. Waiting a bit on Reaper, Parapluie or Quatility, but you don't have to wait any longer for the next spin because Miami's one is here. Sierra Knox, Firex in the suit, and Robert Knox, Assault Rifle as the mascot. Tricky one for sure, but also there's not much trickery going on apart from starting the suit and maybe considering a dongle strat, ending the race with Maxwell Radar's USB. Because if you start default, there will be at least one Firex easy to grab in the security hut. And then after that it's pretty straightforward suit spin. Then it's for Robert to get a mascot and the assault rifle. It can be dangerous to pick up, or you can start with the briefcase. Lovely loading times, and I can't even check on the stream what happened 5 seconds ago. I think it's gonna be double default starts, or it would surprise me if it wasn't the case. Default for Vulcat and pause for Rocky for maybe a Firex, most likely a Firex. I think we can see now Vulcat grabbing the Firex I was talking about. And no, he isn't. I think he did go past one Firex though. Maybe Rocky can showcase it, who now starts default. And we'll be going the other way around to... I mean, I am really expecting them to go to the security hut, but Vulcat has his mind set on a different Firex, which is not difficult, or not a big trouble at all. Sadly, with this Trank, which is now a double Trank, a very expensive Firex this one is, but Vulcat gets it, puts it inside the briefcase, and he's off to do sugar strats at this point. So Rocky is pausing. I think it's gonna be more heat map section. Hey Aardvark, have you ever pulled explosive accident on Sierra? If you snipe her car, it's gonna be explosive accident. As of like a couple of months ago, it's a rule change in roulette. It's certainly possible to get that roll. I don't remember seeing it in the last couple weeks and months. Rocky going the long way around, but makes it through and makes it back to the public area, I think. Vulcat will be waiting for cycles, and how is that not a peekaboo for Vulcat? Of course he will take it. Bit of a lucky head turn there. And now he's getting ready for a sugar strat, of course. So there's not a lot to talk about that. Look there. So for a couple years, Sierra could be sniped with a sniper rifle even while she's in her car, and that would count as a sniper rifle kill. But that ruling was changed a couple months ago, so that explosive accident would be the kill condition which is allowed while she's in her car. But I think since then no one has got it in a tournament, but only a matter of time, I'm sure. Alright, with the cutscene finished, Vulcat can now do the peekaboo and do this very straightforward Firex kill. Gonna wait in the doorway. Hopefully Sierra goes all the way inside the room. He's enjoying a solid minute worth of lead, although that was a questionable door opening because the mechanics can see through that door. Wasn't the case this time, at least. And Vulcat's waiting out the camera cycles. Still green guns for him, that's nice. Going all the way down here to get the assault rifle. But with Vulcat using 2 tranks to get the fire axe out of the way, it doesn't have a sedative for the mascot. We'll have to, I guess, trust himself that no one will find the body, or he will have to do some extra juggling to get the mascot disguise. And I think for Rocky, he shouldn't have the fire axe just yet. So he gets here isolated and now maybe becomes a guard so that he can carry it. Yeah, I think he's gonna lure this event security with maybe a chain lure. He's a bit deaf, but yeah, I think he did react, so one more throw to go and he can hide his body. But we have seen on Vulcat's side that the mechanics will start to enter this area, so just be careful when and how you KO him. Speaking of KOs, Vulcat has gotten the mascot disguise. Ooh, almost a very unfortunate head turn for Rocky, but gets the KO and gets him boxed. We'll need to... Sorry, we'll need to go and get a fire axe now. Certainly a huge Vulcat lead, but still needs to finish the job. That is an assault rifle as far as I'm concerned. So once he shoots the laptop, that of course triggers Robert to go all the way up here to the laptop. Whenever that will happen, he's on the same floor and he's already on his way here, so not a long way to go. And yeah, hello Aphrodite. Vulcat is certainly doing better and better each week. He's been playing in this Roulette Divisions competition against, I think, Dutton, Crazy for Daisy, and Muffin Man, and he barely lost a single map. Although this lock-on, I mean, no one can do anything against the lock-ons, but salvages the situation nicely. And this last thing, which keeps ripping people more and more, you, I guess, kind of have to hide Robert away if you want to have a safe exit. Yeah, I complimented him and he almost ripped in the meantime, but there's the exit for Vulcat, very nicely flying away. It's the mascot from the nest. And yeah, he was absolutely flying to get these 2 points in Miami. And I guess Rocky was also on course to get this first try, but just the planning was too long, and there was some long pausing action, so I think that was for heat maps, trying to see how to get a fire axe. But I mean, otherwise it was looking good for a first try, just not really cool, not really quick one. And surprise, the player who has played the most Chongqing spins is choosing China as his first pick. It's going to be Chongqing, chosen by Rocky. We have this score of 2-2. We are still yet to have a match with 4-4 going into a final map. Maybe this is the day. Maybe Rocky can take this next map and then Vulcat can take his own map pick, which would mean that Rocky gets to pick the final map. Huge advantage there. Goes to show how important the first maps are. but it's always a long match, and we have seen plenty of wins from the losing position after losing the first map. Maybe this can be another one for Vulcat. Alright, so Rocky and Chongqing, he has played it 27 times, he has picked it 23 times, and from the 27 he has won 11 of them, sorry, for a 41% win rate, his fourth best map. I guess just for comparison, Vulcat and Chongqing, I'm trying to see it, but our stats is... finally it has loaded. Vulcat's only played Chongqing once and lost it. And that was against Rocky, actually. Wow. Of course, oh yeah, the two of them met in the group stage last year in the World Championships. Rocky won that match 5-1. And I think ended up advancing from the groups in 4th position. Rocky is somewhat of a Chongqing merchant as well as an RWC merchant, because he has had very impressive group stages, advancing from, albeit small, but still impressive groups. Hello, Mandy. How's it going? Rocky being truthful for a second in the Raceway chat. He does not remember how to start balcony. Oh, great question, Artwork. It is RR stats. Yes, there we go. There's the command. It is the Roulette Rivals player statistics by Currymaker. These tournaments have been going on there for a long time, or at least the statistics of it have been going in there. Of course, mostly based on the biggest tournament, Roulette Rivals, but you can find the community event results there as well. Thanks for asking. I'm doing well. I'm doing good as well. Well, will this be a garden fork spin or a satellite spin or a balcony spin? I don't think it's any of them. It's Hush Next Snap as the board member and Imogen Royce injected poison as facility analyst. So if you're focusing on Hush, it's an obvious restaurant kitchen start. If you're focusing on Imogen, it's an obvious facility start, but the later one hasn't been used lately. I think it's only Coates who try to make it happen as sort of a meta, but I think Hush first is the king for this map, as Rocky will probably showcase it at least in the beginning, with the lure on the board member and the KO, which should go unseen, but I have seen it being found. If he's fine for a couple extra seconds, then the lady won't find it anymore. Hello, Fuzair. And also Keikanatar match admin asking if, or I guess mentioning that he forgot to ask them if they have the facility analyst glitch. Luckily, it should make a difference. Or I guess if you get Imogen Key a second, they might crash on the way to the exit. We keep that in mind, I guess. Hopefully it won't happen, but there's just a slight chance, right? That once Imogen is killed, they go out in the rain and then the suit gets glitchy. Hopefully that won't be the case. Rocky with a 30-second in-game time advantage, and it does feel like a 30-second actual advantage, given where he's on the map compared to Vulcat. Both of them should be getting this same isolation. It's next snap as board members who can KO it beforehand. And as for Rocky, it's 2 clean KOs. As Vulcat is throwing the crowbar at the camera and has lost it to the void. I mean, you can go back down and Vulcat actually restarts I mean, it is important to have the melee item, but there's a crowbar next to Hush, or behind Hush in the corner of the room. That is something that could have been salvaged, but Vulcat decides not to go for it. And now gets compromised by the chef. I'm not sure if he actually threw something or just threatened to do so, but the KO was seen, so the Rocky advantage turns huge now, more than 2 minutes. There's the Cheng. We know that he has a silenced pistol, so he can do a lot to get this isolation clean. I imagine, oof, it's a pretty tough timing, but he could get this Cheng. I guess not anymore. He could have gotten this Cheng on the blue hat and maybe get a facility analyst quickly, but Rocky will slow it down, take it safer, and just kill Imogen up here. I think one of the two NPCs, either Imogen or her guard, is an enforcer for this analyst disguise. I know that the guard is the enforcer for the blue hat, the security, which you can see it on the map. I don't think Rocky can dodge them anymore, so he will have to go the long way around. But at least it's a non-trespassing disguise. And both of the Chengs are still in disposal for Rocky, so one can go for the facility analyst, even though that body should go unfound. And the other one for, I think it's called Vincent, Imogen's personal guard. So this map is absolutely Rocky's to lose. He will even lure the analyst to this corner. He is, I guess, almost guaranteed to go unfound. Gets the Cheng and gets this guys with no one seeing it. Chameleon is 10 out of 11. And with some luck, it is the facility guard, the last one, and Rocky will change into that, giving him an extra 2 points. For legal reasons, it's a joke, but you never know. Final obstacle here, don't change too early. And there's nothing like no changing, so definitely safe there, both kills down. An impressive first try from Rocky takes Chongqing and takes the lead again of this match. He's now up 4-2 against Vulcat. Now this is finally a raceway match, which I expected to go this way, or it's the type of match which I imagine raceway matches would go down. Someone wins the first map quickly, and then whoever picks the next map is definitely looking better on that. Vulcat convincingly winning Miami, Rocky doing the same in Chongqing. So what will be Vulcat's decision next? As a reminder, Roulette Raceway is a roulette competition which is generally up to first to 6 points, and then it gets longer in the losers and winners finals. But the first map is from a pool of 7 short maps, so going from Dartmoor to Ambrose, the shortest 7 maps of the trilogy. And after each map, whoever loses the previous map will pick the next one. So in this case it's Rocky winning, so Vulcat picking. Everyone always has something to look forward to. So as I said before, Vulcat has been picking Sapienza twice and Hokkaido once in this tournament. So it's not out of the question to see him pick those. He has stopped on Haven Island though, which is bad news. Now he's scrolling a bit further, all the way to season 3. Rocky's typing, not Vulcat. I don't think the fact that he stopped on Haven is a big indication. Kaneta says, bro's thinking. He is certainly deep in the tank. I don't like how he's stopping at the big 5 maps, but hey, if you can finish it, it's a good one. If you can only tie it, then that gives the picking rights to the other players, so it's not something you want to do. Last map's always gotta be Sappy, so that is his choice. That seems to be his choice. He is at least... He's thinking about the possibility that the match ends here in Sapienza, which would be not the first or the second or the third time that this would happen. But maybe he's wrong. Maybe he wins Sapienza and we go to map 5 for the first time in this tournament. But until then, we will have a Sappy spin. So as I mentioned before, these two have met before in Roulette Rivals. In last year's World Championship, Rocky scored a 5-1 win. That was a Bangkok win by Rocky, a Chongqing win by Rocky, and a Haven random tie. I guess that was also a reason why it wasn't picked for this one. But Seppi can go quickly. It's not part of the short 7. Mainly because it can go 5 or 6 minutes if the disguises are cruel, but it's certainly not a hard map. If we can dodge a very straightforward spin, then it should be even one of the more fun ones. Loser of the match is eliminated, but the winner is through to lose round 2 and will face Mikulers. And if one of these players win that match as well, that's loses round 3, and they will be playing against... Well, we don't know about who the loser of 3.1 would be. That's either Scruffy or Scruffy's opponent, which is either Nezuko-chan or Rommel. So if there aren't any surprises, it's Nezuko-chan advancing against Rommel, although anything can happen in Raceway of all tournaments. So it's either Nezuko or Scruffy for round 3, certainly a very tough opponent. Even tougher than round 1 or round 2. Quati hoping for Battleaxe Live Franny, but didn't say disguise, so I will just say suit, and then still the same 230 kill. But yeah, Battleaxe of all kills could make a Sappy spin much longer than the average. Same for the old X to some extent. Something else would be, I guess, the disguise combo that Mu is so familiar with. Hi Mu. PI and Lafayette is 2 tough disguises, but if you mix in the Priest, the Red Plumber, those 2 aren't difficult, but will make Sappy spin much longer. Let's see what Hitmaps and Keikanete has cooked for us. It is Silvio Caruso Silenced Shotgun as Housekeeper and Francesca De Santis Falling Object as a cyclist. It's the 3rd Francesca Falling Object. I don't know if it's in a row. It is in... No, it's not in a row, just because we had so many Sapienses, 2 yesterday as well, but a lot of Francesca Falling Objects. This time as the cyclist, which is going to be the only disguise that's worthwhile to take. The Housekeeper have 2 free disguises to choose from, and the 3rd one is still easy to get, but the cyclist is 1 chunk away, so it's the reason to do that. So this time Vulcat's the first one in, but not that surprising given it's his map choice. He'll be luring the delivery guy and chanking the cyclist, and we'll be using this ninja strategy to get this guys. Not a lot of disguises we use it for, but the cyclist is one of them. Or you can be Rocky, who's already with the blue egg in hand, and we will see another meta usage of this wonderful new item. the game changer. Life would not be the same without it. Now question is, I mean, now quickly change? I mean, you can't really afford this one. It gets the wrong disguise and it's compromised anyway, so much for the blue egg, but in theory it would work. We'll get in the lead now with a troublesome bullet distraction, but two-shot panic doesn't matter a lot. He will get outside, and 130 means that the guard on the right is not a factor just yet. Not sure where he will put the shotgun. Yeah, I can just drop it on the staircase. Falling object cyclist is next. Probably just want to use the Chang on one guard and KO Franny before the other one arrives. Now it's kind of important not to get her panicked or anything like that, but was safe for Vulcat, and I don't see the other guards suddenly appearing. You really shouldn't drag him more than halfway down the stairs, because then the roaming guards can start to see him. But all good for Vulcat, gets the tougher of the two kills out of the way, and is going for the isolation first, the disguise after. I don't think that's a big problem. Leaving a few seconds on the table, but that's more than fine against most players anyway. Has to watch out for this enforcer, but he doesn't turn in an unfortunate way. Now there's the lockdown, and I can see an NPC on the minimap, but he's up to... Oh, I think the double panic delayed him, because we remember the kitchen activities. One distraction wasn't enough, so probably he was called in for the action. Now Vulcat's going for the housekeeper, but... Oh, he's going for this one? Well, the free disguise is mentioned stuff, but he's going for the NPC. In true Pijero fashion, body bags don't exist. You can't go for free disguises. You will always have to KO someone. Oh yeah, there's camera nearby, but not exactly at the door, so fine for Vulcat, and can go back to take the shotgun from the stairs, as well as the second kill, and it's closer and closer to 4-4. Still an EMP throw to go, and there are always minuscule things that can go wrong, but Vulcat with 2 kills down, Rocky just too far behind to make it happen. I mean, Vulcat has a regular pistol, so no FA, no trouble. Will he KO the biolab security? No, but also he won't use an EMP. He's going to go for stalactite. Gets caught on cameras. And this is, I guess, the point where might be considering going back for the biosecurity. But I guess not. No NPCs nearby, a little bit of whoosh there. Hopefully it doesn't turn into a peekaboo. It kind of does, but no, the whoosh goes away. At least it's a silenced pistol to do the stalactite shot, which he does now, and I think Vulcat might just survive until the seaplane. Couple more seconds to go, and Vulcat wins Sapienza. We do have a map 5. Rocky just took too long trying to secure the cyclist disguise. And that was eventually the end of this spin, because I think if you're looking at these guys, he would also do this 5.5 minute run, just like Vulcat. The difference is the 2 or so minutes of real time, the extra time that Rocky has taken. Well then, score is 4-4. Oh, and Rocky had the game crash, but I guess at the perfect moment because the map was over anyway. Yeah, I think this might be a small stream reset or anything of the sorts. But he can also let us know his next map pick, the final map pick of this match. I mean, the map can tie, and at 5-5, Vulcat gets to pick the last one. No, wait. I think at 5-5, it is a random map. It's a good thing I know the rules. It's not like I wrote them. Just gonna check it quickly. If both players are 1 point away from winning, so at 5-5 score in a first to 6, the final map called or decided is a random map with no time limit. Good that we got that one out of the way. And it's not looking good for Rocky. He is certainly offline, but I'm sure he is going to sort it out in a couple of minutes, and we will have his map pick and then the countdown. It's gonna be a long break. There you go, Rocky's back and back into Hitman 3, or starting the process of it. I think it's only strange because maybe he's streaming in 720p and he's gonna be scaled up once he's in game. Guess we'll figure out once he's actually in game and let him know if that's not the case. Looks good here. Certain amount of buffers, and he's not sure if this works, but just one more map you have to hold out on. Resolution is back to as intended. Where will we go next? So as I mentioned before, it cannot be the 4 banned maps Santa Fortuna, Scale, Paris and Dartmoor. And it cannot be the 4 maps of this match so far, which New York. Oh my god, I can't remember. I have to go off memory. New York, Miami, Chongqing, and then Sapienza. And then it is finally Bangkok for the decider. Well, it's not the decider, but it's a deciding map. And just have to change this last one. Two more minutes until this final map, and Rocky's right. This map has been cursed to him and his opponent in his matches, but it has been working out so far. I think in particular, well, it's his second match only, so it was his one previous match where Rocky has picked Bangkok and won it against Rommel. There were definitely some electrocution shenanigans for him and Rommel, and Rocky came out on top in the end. So certainly a viable pick for Rocky, and that's why it's nice to pick the first map, or nice to win the first map, because then you get to pick the final map and it all evens out. Just 1 more minute to go. And then this will be the final match of the evening. We have, at one point we have had 3 matches scheduled for 3 and 8 and 11 p.m. Then the 11 p.m. match got moved to tomorrow. And then this 8 p.m. match was gonna be at 4 p.m. And then I told to Rocky that maybe you wanna schedule it for 5 instead for more help, because I could only help from 5. They agreed. The match started at 5 and this will be the end of the match, but will this be the final spin, or will we somehow see a tie here and go to a 6th map? "15 seconds to go." Hopefully it's not a long one for Kaneta, waiting to sleep in Japan, but hoping it's an entertaining one for everyone. There's the falling object once again. It is Jordan Cross falling object as Abel da Silva, and Ken Morgan consume poison as groundskeeper. It's not quite 2 accidents, but one of the accidents, of course, called poison rather, is also something that lets the body be found after, so I guess in terms of that, it's not a difficult spin. The disguises aren't the most straightforward. It's not hotel staff, it's not waiter, not suit or recording crew, but I think if you start 47 suite and get the peekaboo on Abel, or get the disguise quickly either way, you should be able to rush to Jordan, who will be upstairs at that point. It can be lured to many lamps and falling objects. And following that, you would probably just want to go to the rooftop and get your groundskeeper and poison the right plate, which is going to be the second one from the right if you go for the second cycle. But I went ahead by several minutes. We will have to first see how this all works out, as Vulcat is the first one to load in on the right side of the balcony, when it should have been the other side. He should still have time to get in position. Don't see movement. Now I see movement from Abel. Right in time for the peekaboo. It's a seeker though, so it has to be a subdue, but not that it really matters. It's not a wall-hacky area, no one will hear the subdue either. Rocky, on the other hand, is... well, he still has the chance to do this remotely. But I'm kind of thinking that Rocky has done this in his previous match, and it makes no sense to me, and he claims it's from the 2021 roulette guide, but it's not something I could recommend to anyone. But he gets the isolation. His body should go unseen while he's dragging him to the other bathroom, but there is not going to be a way to make this remote unless he's very precise in dragging him around the corner, but he's... I don't know about this one. I don't think it's gonna work out for Rocky. This is such a risk to take. Yeah, this I think I agree with Kaneta's wording there. This is more likely to go wrong than right, and I think that's the same question that Rocky is asking himself. I don't think he's asking about free groundskeeper disguise or the consume poison plates just yet, but rather if there are any falling object accidents on the top floor. There is, but he's just going to keep carrying on. Quatty says it's 50-50, and I think Quatty is the more familiar with the Bangkok falling objects, I think the way you did the silent attack to put him against the bathtub wall is something that you made popular. I think, so in my experience, you have to jack him really close around the corner, and then it's still gonna be very precise. So maybe Rocky's just got very precise and very lucky, but I feel like it's way less than 50-50. Was it actually Ops first? I feel like Quati did it in his rookie tournament, which would be early group stages of the Worlds last year. But, you know, it's definitely possible, and Observer has many strats where he is the rightful owner. This might be another one. Oh, and okay, well, I am sorry, but yeah, it's not something that Quati came up with. But now Vulcat gets the kill, the upstairs kill with no trickery and no illegal actions or any troubles like that. So he is just one kill and one disguise away from advancing to round 2. Groundskeeper on the rooftop or groundskeeper in the basement. Both of them would be chest passing for Abel de Silva, so might be better to change disguises. Maybe you keep going down there and lure the hotel security, but that's not gonna be the case. Looks like Vulcat is starting with the poison then. Rocky is looking to see if this body is seen or not. This body is seen, as judging by the minimap, and he just took just a bit too long to grab the disguise and just a bit weird of an angle. So it didn't work out for him, but I mean, this is falling objectives. I don't know about that. I guess he will do the same regardless. But Vulcat has his own problems as well, but eventually it is the groundskeeper who reacts. This is gonna be crazy if Vulcat's going for this without a Chang. I don't think he's always found or instantly found or anything like that. I mean, he will be from there, and it's the same NPC that ruined it for Rocky. But Vulcat gets the other Chang off, and that's huge awareness there and means so much here. Looks like the timing is fine. I don't know if there was any triggers there. Oh yeah, he did trigger the phone call, so that's gonna be another quite some time. I think at this point, right? Those are all 5 plates, yeah, unpoisoned, so. Is Vulcat, oh my goodness, what was Vulcat up to? Is he looking for a kitchen staff to poison the plate legally? And in that process, he just got found by a kitchen staff? I was so weird. Vulcat was so close to finishing, but didn't end up poisoning the plate. And he's, he's again going for the wrong side of the balcony. Okay, now Rocky could do this silent attack. No, he's going... I mean, I don't think it's gonna work out if you KO him. The silent attack would put him in a good angle. I guess I'm a bit more faithful in that aspect, but I still don't think that's the right place. And I personally just... I don't like that falling object. I would rather set up the one upstairs. Vulcat with a big pause, and I think that has to be for the consume poison. I don't know what's his loadout like. I mean, he should surely have lethal pills, right? Gets the wrong peekaboo, or gets... Yeah, so the first card was distracted already, so couldn't get the peekaboo on the second one. Rocky misses a throw. Oh my goodness. Everything going wrong at the moment. 21 minutes to go. 21 minutes to a 5-5 tie. And Vulcat going the right side of the balcony. Let's go. There's nothing really that Vulcat should do any differently in the first 3-4 minutes of the run. It's the final 1 minute that's giving him troubles, the poison and the exiting. I really want to look at the inventory for 1 second. Is there lethal pills in that? We won't know, but it's not a subdue item. He has a pistol. I mean, I would just be so surprised if it's not a pistol or a poison in there. Rocky getting more troubles with Jordan. I guess it's the one kill which you can't always go downstairs, or you have to be more finicky about that. Setting Rocky back a lot. For Vulcat, he's all the way up here with Jordan also walking up the stairs. Oh hey, Aardvark, that's really nice to hear. Welcome to Roulette. So many ways to enjoy it. Casual single players runs to learning, to trying out new maps, of course, to the competitions. So hope you'll enjoy the ride. Oh my, that's kind of unfortunate for Vulcat. I think I think the fact that he's seen the Silva there made him turn on the way around. Because otherwise he would just go to the sleeping recording crew next to the beer which he won't drink. Not unless you mess up the recording. But with the Seeker in hand, and once again I forgot to check the inventory. Seeker in hand, he would have been fine to do so, but Vulcat restarts. So there are the Seeker and the Trank and the pistol, and I'm pretty sure it was lethal pay as the final item. I mean, just cannot be anything else. There's no need for anything else. Oh my goodness, Rocky getting so unlucky with the door opening and closing, but we'll be able to get the... Oh, I guess he's going for kitchen stuff because he's also not trusting the plates to be poisoned. That makes sense. But the main problem is that I don't think the falling object will work for Rocky. It's on Jordan. So it feels like it's all dead time until Rocky gets the falling object kill at, I don't know, 6 minutes of in-game time and fails it, which would be heartbreaking. And Rocky is also going for the wrong plate. That's a plate which Ken will eat from in the 3rd cycle. So closer to 8 or 9 minutes. Oh my god, it's not going well for Rocky. Just so many things that makes this run longer and longer. I think he did poison the wrong one, Quati. He will eat there, just not 2nd cycle, but 3rd. Rocky gets a body found on the groundskeeper, but once again takes way too long. What the grabs this guy's in time? Oh my goodness. And Vulcat's... Oh my god, please don't do it live, yeah. He KOs Jordan. Drags him under the lamp. And I think he blew up the the fire extinguisher in the meantime, with the lamp falling on it. But that's all he needs to do in that part of the map. Just needs to get a groundskeeper, or I guess the kitchen stuff first if you want to be safe, but you should really start working on the poison now. This is gonna be an even longer timing, because if you start in 47th suite, you go out to the balcony, that actually triggers Ken's phone call. Which is, I guess, a minute and then some extra time. So you could even maybe argue for first cycle, just not with this skill. But Vulcat will be looking to get a groundskeeper, or I don't even know at this point. He grabs a coin to... I guess Vulcat really doesn't have a single item. I guess we will see, because other than that, it's all firearms. Yeah, the Tauntaun, the Seeker, and the pistol. And janks him out in the open. And he's safe. That's huge for this. Needs to try to not trigger any conversations and just go for it. I mean, it's legal. I mean, it's suspicious, but you will be fine. Chef won't see it. I so don't like this one, man. And Vulcat only has one Chang. But one Chang is more than enough to clear this room. It's one Chang, and oh my goodness, there was some head turn there. But Vulcat gets it down. Now the question is if NPCs 3 see this door, and the NPCs on the other side of it, but the answer is no, and Vulcat... He knows it's either the second from the left or the second from the right. One of them will cost him minutes and minutes, and he's not risking it, he's just looking it up. That's entirely fair. Because he's gonna lose a minute trying to look this one up. But if he chooses the wrong one, it's not 1 extra minute, but 4, 5, something like that. Yeah, actual roulette moment. Especially if this was random. Now this would suck for roulette. I think then the condition would be banned, right? If it's not deterministic and players could win or lose out of it. I think, I don't know, I think Vulcat is still looking that one up. I don't know what he's up to. So did he check the plate or did he not? Because if you didn't, then maybe stay paused because you're next to an enforcer. That's also a great question. Does he know which cycle Ken is on? Still, of course, the second cycle, but if you learned it via timings... Oh, that's the wrong one. It's very wrong. It's gonna be... Oh my god, Vulcat, don't do this to us. We all have things to do, places to be. How do you... I mean, surely it's at least in a buff guy video, right? Or obviously roulette resources, or... There must be ways, and... So is he gonna... I mean, now he's just late because... Well, I don't understand Vulcat. I used to not understand him at all, but now I understand him some of the time. But this is being one of the exceptions. Okay, so now he knows that second cycle is second from the right, but he kind of bumped into him and won't taste it. So now what, Mr. Vulcat? at least now you know that second cycle was second from the right. So you check it against whichever dock you have. And you come to the conclusion that the next one is the second from the left, right? I don't really know what to say, because Rocky is sadly not going to do this in 11 minutes, not with the falling object setup he's doing. And especially not by changing so late again. And I don't know what Vulcat is up to either. And what Machete says is the correct order. If you... So first cycle, he's eating from plate number 3, which is the middle one. Then it's plate number 4, which is second from the right. Then it's plate number 2, second from the left, and the two on the end. But you should never really need those. But I really need to know what Vulcat is going to do here. Because another cycle is being passed and he's not poisoning any of the plates. So is he going to wait out 4 cycles and then poison the 5th one? Because I feel like that's what we are being the closest to now. Kaneta, you are also correct, but you're also telling different numbers. Because now you mean by 4, you mean the leftmost plate will be eaten from in the 4th cycle. But what Machete said is whichever plate he will eat from in the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and so on cycles. Everyone knows it's the second from the left. I don't think there's any disagreement on that. I think, guys, both of you are right, but I don't know, language barriers or something. Language barriers when using 5 numbers and no context. So that's kind of on you. Rocky getting a big peekaboo and still alive, but not... Like, he's not close to getting the Jordan kill. I don't know what to say. And Vulcat, after wasting an entire cycle, is going to arrive at the conclusion that the 3rd cycle would have been from the 2nd plate from the left. So... Oh, no, the wrong answer, Vulcat. We are 3 cycles away from that, and I don't think 8 minutes is enough for that. And Vulcat restarts anyway. Honestly, this rip was so needed for Vulcat, because with that poison, he was not going to be finishing in time. Because he was 3 cycles away from eating the poisoned food. Now he can be just 2 cycles away, and he can do it in 8 minutes. Yeah, Kaneta, but don't make it complicated for... Like, the equation gets even more complicated if you get a second poison in the mix. Let's just say it's 1 poison, and hello to OBS being a trouble right now. We have went the entire match without this. There we go. So I genuinely think this was a blessing in disguise for Vulcat, because now he can be sure, if he remembers, that it was the second from the right, and that happened at, I don't know, the 6-minute mark, 6:30. So if you just do the exact same thing once more, then you should be fine. But Vulcat's not really paying attention to the enforcers, so this can still rip at any point. But this is certainly Vulcat's last try, as Rocky's not finishing this one. And if Vulcat's not finishing this one either, then we will have 5 to 5 and a random decider, no limit, no time limit. I genuinely think that Vulcat now has everything to finish this spin. It's just almost at the very last second, and he can use this knowledge to his advantage. Also, that lure should not have worked. It's a huge range, but seems like Jordan is just in range for that one, and we'll be using a live kill. So once more, Vulcat is 1 kill away from advancing, but we are 6 minutes away from going to map 6. So just need to confirm something with the admins. But if this is a tie, then yes, the next map will be a random one from the pool. But I do think Vulcat will be finishing this one. I'm manifesting the finish. He did pay attention to what plate he ate from second, so surely it's gonna be fine. It's a very tough place to to grab the disguise from, but surely it should be fine. And also, I just wish that Vulcat just poisoned the plate now, because whatever he's doing now is making this so much more risky. No, Vulcat, no, I know he didn't check for the other NPC. Oh my god. It is Jover, isn't it? I mean, if he makes no attempts to make this poison kill first cycle, then it is gonna be over. Now he's paused, and if he's... yeah, it's fair to not call it. As long as he makes an attempt to finish this in time, then don't give it away from him, but it's not something that we can do. Not something that any of us can do in 3.5 minutes with these skills. So I guess, yeah, what was a mere possibility 30 minutes ago is now the reality. And of the 19 maps, 4 were banned and 5 were played, but one of the other 10 could still be played, and I don't know if Kaneta has a wheel for that one. Gonna try to help him out there, but there should be a... If I open this wheel, does this have all 19 maps? Yeah, it seems it has Paris to Ambrose, so... Just gonna help out Kaneta for the RNG pick when we inevitably get there. This, I don't know. We have seen a lot of crazy maps before, but I mean, just the pure chaos and confusion in this 30 minutes was almost unparalleled. I mean, if there was a way, any way to delay Ken any longer so that you can have a first cycle on your hand, then it would maybe be possible in 90 seconds, but it just won't be. We all see it cannot be done. Because Ken is now eating, even with the delay. And he will be leaving this area, and if the spin was just 2 minutes longer, then Vulcat would be an exit, disguised as the groundskeeper. But as others said, that the previous repeat is most likely, or certainly, over now. And there is no amount of risky plays that can make this quicker. This is the fastest that Vulcat has been in on this map. 3:04, he's already running to the plate, but it's just no need or reason or other way to finish this one up on time. And I think the most tragic way, or the most tragic thing, is that Vulcat did have one more chank in that final run. He just decided to go with 2 KOs. But now there's only 5 seconds remaining. I'm not even sure what that guard is panicking about. I guess the groundskeeper was found, but no, he's only found now, so I don't know what that was about, but time is up. And for the first time in this tournament, we not only have a map 5, but we do have a map 6. And the final map is, oh my goodness, it's a Marrakesh. It's not a big 5, but it's a map which can have tricky conditions and long spins. So it is RNG and the decider. It's fine like this. 1.5 hours down and one more spin to decide it over. And this could take as long as they want or they need. This one, oh, okay, you're right. This can be a photo finish tie. It cannot be a timeout tie because we do not have time to run out. I guess I just have to wake up for work tomorrow, so that's in 12 or so hours. Yeah, there's no time limit. So I think Kaneta can set it as a 0-minute spin, which will be how it is a no time limit one. I mean, hopefully for the length of this match, or like for a quick finish, it would be best if Klaus is something that's obviously 230 and then not so tricky raise a kill, like, oh god, we can have a loud live elimination raise or loud live firearm raise. Then I don't know how long would we be here. I guess fire takes long, but at least it's not tough to set up. Just I don't know. I'm out of ideas, and I'm out of things to say about how crazy that Bangkok was. If Marrakesh is somehow crazier than that, then I think we have an all-timer on our hands. But Vulcat 5, Rocky 5, one of them will go to 7 points after this map and spin, which is here. Raise as Aiden fall as food vendor, Klaus Chandberg explosion accident as prisoner. So it's prisoner spin and also food vendor, which is on the trickier side, I guess, but you can always start food vendor. I'm imagining that you probably start food vendor, you either buffer the disguise or go up to Klaus in that. That's not really advised though. You set up the prisoner, of course. I think this one is easy enough, but the timer should be at... it shouldn't be a 30-minute timer, it should be a 0-minute timer, Kaneta. So that it's counting up and not down. No, don't... Oh, I mean, that shouldn't have removed the spin, right? Not sure what happened. Rocky's asking if Vulcat has finished already. That's not the case. That's when we ping Curry, when something happens. But I guess that's... It's weird that it removed the spin, right? That's like the... Because if you just go update match timers, it shouldn't do anything to the... Right, so there will be a new spin with hopefully a 60-minute timer. But, I mean, it should really be a no time limit decider. I don't know why. Connect this 3 hour time limit. I mean, you can make it 99,999 minutes for all I care. I just hope that it would just be so odd to have the final spin timeout. But I think Kaneta is now picking out the or spinning the new spin and adding timer for it. There's map 6 and no, it's not live. The spin is not live. Just gonna go live in a second. And I think Kaneta will ping the players for insurance. It should be good soon now, right? The spin is set, just Kaneta's picking up the timers. Oh my god, 2.5 minutes, Kaneta, please don't do this to me. So map 6 is being retried with a 60-minute timer. Will be a new spin. Hopefully not a much harder spin. And hopefully it's a spin which will end in 60 minutes. 2 more minutes to go. I'm wondering if something's changed with Curry's backhand and now -1 is the default value, so you have to set the... Yeah, that's what Curry's suggesting. But now I think it should be finally going on. Is it gonna be better? Is it gonna be worse? How long will we stay here in Marrakesh for the decider? Which is... Raises Aiden allowed pistol concealed security and Klaus Strandberg fall as bodyguard. So now it's easier disguises but tougher kills. Both the Klaus fall is something that you can rip to, and raise allowed is well, it is the challenge of the spin. At least it's not loud live. Actual 300-minute timer for the decider. Yeah, the spin is definitely harder now, so whoever was hoping for a longer match is winning the bet so far. Still food vendor start. Just need to use one item. Seeker or phone or emetic device or a thrown distraction chain to get the bodyguard in here, which Vulcat will do now. As for Rocky, he whipped out the emetic device at an unfortunate moment, but he'll be also getting the bodyguard there. Just like 30 seconds behind Vulcat, or maybe more because of the replan. Sorry, I had to take a bite from the dinner because I kind of expected to eat by now, but I think same for the players and same for Kaneta, just sleep-wise. Rocky Lee planned for an Ambrose grenade. And the disguise should be set now, with him also going to the bathroom. Vulcat's not going for the keys or a body shot or anything like that, but he's only picking up one explosive. That's it's very not advised, but I mean, he gets through another big whoosh. Oh my god, Vulcat. He's just not doing meta for the sake of it, and somehow still works out for him. Now, I guess the Jank is a really good decision, because you probably wanna... Maybe you wanna jank the security downstairs so that the other NPCs turn towards him and not towards Klaus. Hopefully that's what he's going for. Jank on the security, Klaus sees but can be pushed. Green guns now, and green guns still. So that's a crucial first kill down for Rocky. For Vulcat. Rocky trying to do the same, but he's gonna use the 2 explosives chat. So hopefully we get to Klaus with the 2 players, and at least one of them will make it through the race appeal. It is Hive, but I think live fall is easier than KO fall. I think Vulcat just showed the best way to do this 4 kill. Ooh, Rocky with the peekaboo. And he's still safe. Oh my goodness. But now he's not. The second peekaboo was just a bit too sketch. So it's down to Vulcat. Who now needs to, well, I guess not to blow up a scooter, but just trank one of the checkpoint guards to get through this area. And if Vulcat has the crowbar, which I think he should, then he's in and just one isolation away. I guess with Raise Aloud, you have the opportunity to KO him in advance and wait until the upstairs cycles work out best. Vulcat needs to be patient there and just wait out those 15 seconds. He has waited 5 maps, so he should be fine now. Raze is very close to toilet area, so this is a situation where I wouldn't accelerate his cycle, but Vulcat is built different. And also he did wait a couple seconds until Reza is further away from the door. Rocky with more and more troubles with this emetic. He's been trying every kind of emetic except for the Seeker, which worked out for Vulcat first try. Also, Vulcat will have to recover the item that he threw and lost, even though he clearly has more items to throw. It's fine, it's fine. Nerves are definitely in effect, and he's not going to be shooting and dumping. He's dragging him against the edge, which should be fine to not like this though. No, Vulcat, how is this combination of events the best? So now it's craziness downstairs, and I guess it's gonna be fine downstairs. Fine upstairs as well. I guess so for Vulcat. It's the one map where I won't say GG until he's actually out, especially because chaos can ensue and guards may rout upstairs. But as things stand, it's just gonna be a very smart first try from Vulcat. With 172 minutes to spare, he wins the final map and advances 7-5. There you go. That's the green gun exit. And if that's the SA rating, then we have our finisher. And we have our winner. What a match this was. Vulcat 7, Rocky 5 in a 1 hour and 45 minute nail biter, which finally went as long as I was hoping for some matches to go. But at last we have Vulcat advancing and Rocky sadly eliminated. Here are the brackets. That's the end of Rocky's tournament in Bruises round 1, but with a very impressive 7-5 score, making it really close against Vulcat, who will now advance to round 2 and face Mikulers. can see there's one more spot to fill in round 1, in losers round 1. That will be the loser of Nezuko-chan and Rommel. And then we are almost done with round 2 as well. The Reaper versus Parapluie played on Saturday, and the loser will play Channel Join there. So in terms of upcoming matches, we have the updated stats now. Nezuko versus Rommel is the next match, tomorrow at 11 PM Central European Summer Time. And then we have currently 2 matches for Friday and 1 for Saturday, with more matches to be determined and to be scheduled in the next days. But I think that should be it from us. Thank you so much, Kaneto, for adminning on this late hour for Japan. GG's to both Vulcat and Rocky for this amazing match. And thank you everyone for watching. Until next time, see you everyone.